Okay, so we're going to do some pasta. Here I want about, this is just plain flour. You could sieve this one, I want about 2 cups of plain flour. Let's give that a sieve in. Okay, it doesn't have to be too much. Then I want about a teaspoon of salt. I'm just using pink salt, you could use normal salt. And then I want, in the middle there, we can do this on the board actually. I want to put about 2 eggs in there, maybe 2 to 3 eggs. You can crack them first, make it easier for yourself. A little bit of olive oil, extra virgin. And you pour that in the middle. So we want to make it a nice hard ball. Then we'll give it a few kneads, you can see it coming together now. Now you want to get it quite smooth, okay? Get it smooth, nice and smooth, and then go from there. Then once we get it done, we want to wrap it and chill it for about 20 minutes, half an hour into the fridge. But best to use it fresh. Don't leave it overnight. If you leave it overnight, it tends to oxidize. It goes a different color. You could freeze it. Freezer's okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to let it relax and chill. And then I want to dust it in flour. And then start from the widest setting. And then we can drop it down 1 notch. Put it through again. Just drop it down by 1. Don't try to drop it 2 or 3. Just take your time on it. Just getting a bit long, so I'm going to cut it in half. Bit of flour, just dust it, like dusting. Fairly liberal type of dusting of flour, so it doesn't stick together. Put that in there for a minute. Tomato sauce, okay, olive oil, nice bit of olive oil in. Rosemary stalks, put that in there just for flavour. I want some garlic, a little bit of onion if you want. Got some basil, you know, you keep the nice stalks of basil, you can do that for your garnish. But you got the stalks, you can throw the stalks in, the leaves, we're not using them much, so the big leaves, throw a bit of stalk in there, some black pepper, and I've got some baby tomatoes. But if you're using the tin tomatoes, just squeeze them through your fingers. Don't cut them on the board, otherwise you get lots of junk everywhere, mess. But because we're using fresh tomatoes, I'm using some tomato paste, or you use tomato puree. But if you've got the tin tomatoes, you've got the juice, so it really doesn't matter. You don't need this as much. You can add a bit of white wine to it, or water, and salt and pepper. A bechamel sauce, which is a white sauce. So I want approximately, for this, I want about 25 grams, 30 grams of butter. So we just melt the butter down. Approximately the same amount of weight of flour to butter. So if you've got 40 grams of butter, 40 grams of flour. Basically, you want the butter and the flour to come together. The butter and flour, you know, it's kind of like a smooth paste. A bay leaf to it when we bring it to the boil. 350, maybe 400 mils of milk. Okay, turn the heat off and pour the milk in, salt and black pepper. Also, what you could add to it, you could add a touch of nutmeg, but we'll add some nutmeg to the filling, which is spinach and ricotta cheese. But what we want is like a very thick kind of cream. Once you get to a nice consistency, you can turn it down and let it just cook out for 5 minutes. Add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to it, Parmigiano. You can see now it's quite thick, okay? Ricotta cheese. Okay, ricotta cheese is basically left over from when they make mascarpone. This, you can put some walnuts in. If you're washing it, make sure you dry it properly. If you don't want too much water in it. Yeah, bring that in, mix it together. Bit of salt, and black pepper. Some whole nutmeg, okay, which is quite pungent, it's a nice flavour. Also we can put a bit of parmesan, Parmigiano, a few grinds, not too much, you don't want to overpower it. Taste, good. Okay, now we're going to fill the pasta. We'll do it this way because it's getting a bit old. So you want it properly filled, and we just roll that over. You can add a little bit of water to it, and then cut that. We put that into the dish. Going to get that nicely done there. We've got the white sauce and the tomato sauce. Here we can now remove, we don't really want the stalks in there anymore. You can cover the pasta so you don't want it to dry out, and then we have some cheese. So about 25 minutes, 20 minutes. There we go. That's going in about 180.